What's up, family? What's up, Buzz Nation? We are so happy to see you here, and thank you for your continued support, watching our videos, sharing, leaving your comments down there. We are so happy for our brothers and sisters who are supporting us through Buy Us a Coffee.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. The link is in the description. Just $5. She gets a coffee. I get a coffee.
You get the news.
You get the news. We don't sleep as we
Everybody
ensure that we are getting this news on time. So thank you so much. So guys, some weeks ago we got news, let's say a month or so ago, we got news that the UNFPA, that is the United Nations Population Fund, had announced that by 2025, a quarter or 25% of its New York headquarters staff will be relocating to Nairobi, and people are wondering what is happening. This is what they said. According to an email sent by the Office of the agency's Executive Director's Office in September last year, the move seeks to make United Nations Population Fund more effective and efficient by shifting its core functions closer to the people it serves. That's a lie. Does it serve us? Okay, probably.
It does.
Probably they do serve us.
Yeah, it can serve you in a positive and negative way, but the fact is it's serving you.
Yeah, but the question is, how do they serve us? So, UNFPA is the United Nations dedicated agency focused on promoting sexual and reproductive health and rights. It operates in more than 150 countries and works to address unmet needs for family planning. It's all about ensuring that Africa is not growing population-wise, or we are not increasing demographically, because when we increase, we are a threat. Prevent maternal deaths and end gender-based violence. But the most important one is the first one. So...
And how are they ending gender-based violence? I think it used to happen in olden day society, but there's a way that these things were dealt with. And it's not from UNFPA to come and teach us, you know.
So for me, according to me, it was never like that. It was very wrong, eh? It was very wrong.
Hit your wife or your husband.
To even fight another person. So imagine you're fighting your wife. That is one, eh? And these things came with these people. Things like...
Even morality.
Things like women's rights came with these people. But you look at most of our micronations, or what you call tribes, leaders were, even women leaders were there. You go to Nigeria, you find Amina Zazu, a queen who led. You go to Ethiopia, you find Queen Makeda.
Go to Swaziland, you still have a Queen Mother.
Queen Mother. So women were leaders, but they come and tell us of women rights. And it's in the US that women just started voting the other day. So it's not in Africa. In Africa, we were way civilized, way far above that. But this is not an issue. These guys relocating to serve the people they come closer to the people they serve is not a problem. But the problem is, these guys are talking about family planning. So they are coming to ensure that the families are well planned, meaning that we are...
one kid per family.
Or something like that. Or we are not increasing too much. But the question is, according to how it is today, how is the fertility rates in Kenya? In Kenya, according to Business Daily Africa, there is a fertility decline reflected in Kenya, which in 2022 fell to 3.4 children per woman, from 4.6 children in 2008 and 6.7 children in 1989. So it's declining. But instead of coming to, if they are here to serve us, instead of coming to look at ways in which we can increase our fertility, they want a way to ensure that, you know, like I've seen Elon Musk complaining too much that the fertility rates of white people has greatly reduced. He was talking about Greece the other day. And sometimes it's even less than one. You see, it's crazy, eh? It's crazy.
But why don't they let us be then?
Yeah, they should let us be. But the problem is not them. It is our leaders who buy this narrative and they think that the people are increasing. There will be a problem because we will require more food and we don't have more food. There will be humanitarian crisis. And that one and the wars that we are seeing is a way of reducing our populations.
The biggest mistake that Africa and Africans continue to do is to pretend or show these people that they need to be guided. They need their support. They need their help in issues, even in your own bedroom. How do you even get into my house and tell me how many
kids I should have?
Those are private and very spiritual things. That is God who decides for me. So for us to even accept the fact that somebody can come and tell you that, no, you shouldn't have a kid when the first one or when the last one that you just had is still under 2, it's so wrong. Or you should only have 2 kids for the rest of your life. What if I want 20 and I'm able to, give birth to all of those 20? So you want to limit God and his ability to work using my body? So it doesn't make sense to me. Like, how would even our president say, come and implement your policies in our countries? How is that possible?
And guys, if you read a lot or if you watch these videos a lot, you might have found videos on historical sterilizations of African women and men through, medications and some things like this. And I was watching Africa Stream and they were talking of a project which was run by the Rock Foundation some years back in Africa, where they would come and pay women to be sterilized, or they sterilize families, and when you accept to be sterilized, you are paid, you are given medicine, water, you are given free health and all that, because they believe that the population is increasing at a very high rate. And these things started in 1800s. So does it mean that we are still not increasing, or haven't we increased 2 centuries later?
Like, when kids are born, people die, the elder people die, and there's always death every single day. So if you want to stop this is God's cycle of reproduction, and whoever's time is gone, they go, they move on, the next person comes in. Now, if you stop that, what happens next? We have an old generation, we all die, and then
gets finished, and then they colonize again. So guys, what most people don't know is that last year, that was on 2023, United Nations Office for Project Services were planning to move to Nairobi, and the UN was relocating its Africa Project Management Entity to Nairobi. The United Nations Office for Project Services was moving to Nairobi, which is also the headquarters of the UN in the Southern Hemisphere. A self-financing entity, UNOPS has had its Africa Regional Office housed under the same roof of its global headquarters in Copenhagen, Denmark, but often implements projects in crisis-hit countries across the continent, especially at war or recovering from conflict. So a statement from the entity said having the regional office in Nairobi was to strengthen the organization's capacity to support its partners on the continent. So you see, he says the executive director said this move will reinforce our capacity to support our partners in Africa to ensure our work effectively reduces inequalities, builds sustainability, and supports African countries in climate adaptation and mitigation efforts. So it's birds of the same feather. All of them are talking about.
How have they been supporting these partners?
Yeah.
Did they really move to that place to support?
Yeah, it seems like all of them will now be moving to Nairobi.
It's a lot fishy.
Nairobi, thank you, Nairobi, for
being so kind,
for being so kind and hosting those who help us, in this, climate change things and
in controlling
our population. Which
we need them. We totally need them.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nairobi. But guys, that's what we are thinking. That's our opinions. But what we can say, we need you, brothers and sisters, to be very careful in whatever you put in your mouth. The pesticides our farmers are using are not made in Africa. Be careful. The drugs you are taking are not made in Africa. Take care. The water is treated with chems that are not made in Africa. Be careful.
If you are able to resort to our own natural medicine, you rather
Growing your own food.
Start learning, grow your herbs, there's so many ways that you can heal your body, even without using a Panadol, for example. There are lots of herbs, there are lots of tree barks and roots and all of these things that are easily available everywhere you are around Africa. Even I think in the diaspora. In Jamaica, I've seen a lot of very similar vegetations than as the one that we have in Africa. So it shows that you can always be able to heal yourself. And if you are careful of what you eat, the things that make us sick are mostly this non-organic food, GMOs, whatever that they give us. So if you stick to the organic and the good and healthy stuff, these problems won't be too much for you. But we can only just talk.
And if you want to control the number of kids that you're having at a time, you can always use the natural methods. It works perfect.
Yeah, there's no need of injections. And guys, we are the ones to decide at the end of the day. Ours is to educate, ours is to bring out the information. Everything else, we leave it into your hands. We hope that you have subscribed on our channel. Please like the video, comment. And as we have said, thank you so much for your continued support. But just by watching, even by buying us those coffees, we appreciate all of you. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.